This is my brother's 2017 Mazda 3, and we were going to do an oil change tire rotation on it. And I figured it would be easier to just pull it on ramps for the oil change, and that's a total no-go because we still got about 5 inches to go here, 6 maybe, and it's already hitting the underside, and it still has to go up another inch or more. Jeez. Why do they make these damn cars so low to the ground? Can't even get over a hump on a driveway like where people live. So stupid. Okay, we're gonna have to jack it up. Okay, I just moved the truck and he's gonna back in, so we have the whole driveway to screw around with jack stands and all that good stuff. So I have an adapter that you're supposed to be able to put on this for unibody cars, and it has like a notch for where the seams come together, but we can't find it. So I'm gonna, this is rubber, I'm gonna cut one small enough to go inside here, and then we'll probably put another one on top. I don't know, just something to cushion it a little bit. So, as you can see, the back tire is already off the ground. So I'm going to let it down all the way onto the jack stand. Oh, that ain't going to work. Anyways, hoping we can still slide under there and we'll still have a little bit on the ground. Perfect. Alright, couple things. We're under here and it's missing this cover, which I don't know what that allows you to access. Probably some goodies up there I can't see. But that cover is missing, so we don't have to pop off that plastic one. Normally you would pry off the little Christmas tree plastic deals. Actually, they're not. They're 8mm rivet style. Yeah, you can see where they go.
Right here, and then the bolts are right here.
But anyways, there's the filter, there's the drain plug, and I dug around to find this 8mm hex head for the OEM drain plug that would have been on here, but it looks like somebody already changed it. So we just need, what is that, 13 or something? 14, 15. All right, okay, got an oil pan, a 15mm, and my favorite little sloppy headed socket wrench deal, ratchet. Do you want to see if this 15 is the right size? It kind of looks like a 15, but I'm not very good at guessing. Too small?
Yeah, well, then we'll go around it.
All right, let me have it back. Okay, I brought him a 16 and a 17 this time. He thinks it's a 16. I think it's going to be a 17. 16. Who does an even number, you know? Is it a freaking 18?
No, it's a 17.
Okay. There's your other stuff. Here's the... There's that. I wonder if I can get a better angle. There she goes. Let's see how much he gets on them. Ooh. You know what? The one thing I forgot? Paper towels. Kind of makes you wonder why they would change out the factory drain plug unless they just didn't want to have to use a 8mm Allen every time. So they swapped it out for this. I don't know. Hopefully threads are all good and everything. It felt all right when you pulled it out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of windy, so this is how big of a mess he made. But he didn't get any on the concrete yet, so that's pretty good. Let's see if we can look down in there. Alrighty. That looks pretty damn clean in there, dude, honestly. Wow.
After 107, almost 108,000 miles.
Yeah, that looks great, honestly. Pretty good. Somebody's kept up on their maintenance. That's great. We're just doing some regular maintenance. He's got to blow it backwards. Yeah, like that. Okay, guys, one thing I always like to do is clean the mass airflow sensor on a car where you suspect it's probably never been done. You have to get specific mass airflow sensor cleaner. It's way less harsh than like brake cleaner or whatever. And this can really help your miles per gallon, your idle, all that stuff, because they get dirty and then they have a hard time sensing the that one doesn't look too dirty, but I'll still clean it. Have a couple. They all look different. Sometimes it's just a thin little wire, but anyways, I know we did this on my dad's Toyota little 4Runner, and the idle was way better. Had really good luck over the years just cleaning out mass airflow sensors. You can usually feel a difference if it's not running perfect. But this one didn't look too bad. Good idea to do though. And a can of this, if that's all you use it for, will last you probably the rest of your life. I'm betting he's not going to be able to get this filter off by hand. What is your guys' bet? Oh yeah, it's all oily. Was it leaking or what?
I think some from the drain pan dripped
Oh,
on.
okay. Let's see, can he do it by hand, or are we going to have to mangle it to get it out? They always get tighter as with all the heat cycles. So even if you don't put it on there that tight, they usually are tighter. Huh, no sh... I guess I lost that bit, huh? This looks like a base controller, but I'm gonna Google it because it may not be. But usually this controls how much bass goes to your subwoofer, how much power the amp gives it. And he said that he thinks it may have had a stereo in it that they might have removed. So I looked at the battery and found this, which is good. You know, they did it right. They put a fuse and wire loom. But because it still has a 40 amp fuse in it, the other end could be live. And if it touches ground, it would, well, I guess it would just pop the fuse, but we'll probably just remove this fuse so it can't short on anything. But it's good to, when you buy a used car, it's good to look for these kinds of things. You know, you don't want stuff shorting out, and a lot of times it's best just to get it back to factory unless you really want to keep the add-on stuff. It's also a good idea to clean that so that you'll notice if the old gasket, the rubber gasket, is stuck to that, because you don't want to double them up or that will create a leak. Just putting some oil on the new gasket. Wow, you even take it all the way out and do both sides, huh?
Don't make sure it's lubed right.
Yeah, most people just do the side that's showing, but I used to do that a lot too, so. Very nice. Most people use dirty oil too. I always use clean oil. Not that it makes a difference, but wouldn't you want clean oil on your brand new gasket, not dirty oil?
You would think so.
I know it doesn't make a difference, guys, but in my head it does. In she goes. Boop. You want to make sure you over torque the piss out of it so the next guy has no chance of getting it off without stabbing a screwdriver through it. It says it holds what, 4.2 or 4.4? Yeah. But we're only going to do about 4 and then check it since we are kind of on an incline. Okay, now we're going to take that old oil and try to put it in that 5W30 container. And it's pretty windy, so this might be hilarious. Here we go. Alright guys, we also were going to rotate the tires, so going to go up a bit from where we're at here and be real careful. We're not getting under it or nothing. We could probably do this in about a minute, so, and if it starts to come back down, it should land on that jack stand. Torque spec is 80 to 108, so we did 95. Okay guys, always remember to turn your torque wrench back to 0 before you put it away. Alright, he's got it running, then he's going to put it out in the street where it's level so we can check it. After you shut it off, you should probably wait like 5 minutes so the oil can settle to the bottom of the pan, then check it. You guys, we're just checking all the fluids. Check this out. I was like, how the hell does that work? And if you look at these little notches, once you get to where it is, it leaves like a bubble in the little notches. Can you see it? Bubble, bubble, bubble. And then once you get to right there in the middle of the screen, no bubble. That's pretty ingenious. Or it's really, really stupid. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool though. I was going to check the fluid on camera, but it's a little too warm just from running it for a minute, and it kind of splashed out. So we're not going to show that, but check your fluids. I did look up that level knob, and it is for a stereo. And I'm not seeing any wiring. Only reason I'm looking is just to make sure it's not going to short against anything, but we'll pop the fuse and then it won't matter anyways. So cool. I wonder if they want their knob back. You want to pop that fuse? Oh,
Let's just take the whole thing out.
you want to just remove the wire? Okay. Underneath this, the other end of this goes to here. So we're going to remove some of this stuff. It doesn't need to be in here. You're not planning on adding an amp and a stereo and stuff, are you? Jeez, look at this. So if he... there's the power wire. Why didn't they remove everything if they were going to take their stuff? Yeah, there it is. Okay. We pulled the back out, popped the back seat out, and we're able to get the RCA's, power wire, all that stuff. And I was yanking on it, trying to pull forward. I cut it under the hood, but check this out. We've got a Rockford Fosgate line level converter, it looks like. And looky here. Ain't that nice? So that is where they, geez, I hate these damn Scotch locks. I never use them. Anyway, it looks like a line level converter, and what that does is take your high level speaker wires and turn it into a low level output so that you can have an amplifier without changing out your factory head unit, which back in the day we almost never did that. We would always change out the deck, but these modern cars, it's getting really hard to change out the head unit because they integrate like the HVAC and all that crap in there. So anyway, that's why they did that, but kind of nice that we get to deal with it now. Okay, so we're gonna try to pull the rest of this crap out of here and then we'll get back to you. Wow, and then their remote turn on wire is coming out of this fuse. So that's pretty cool. I guess if you don't have an aftermarket deck, that's what you got to do. Find an ignition source and tap into it. They had two sets, so they probably had one for speakers and one for subs, or who knows. Oh, no. Ah, jeez. Okay. Happy birthday. Alright Alright guys, it's been sitting a few minutes. We're gonna check the oil. And then we're gonna check the transmission fluid, but you gotta get it hot for that. So we wanted to let this sit before doing that. So let's see where we're at. About halfway in between, maybe a little over. So alright, we'll add a little bit and then we'll drive around, get it warm, run it through all the gears, and then we'll be back to pull that some bitch out to get to the transmission dipstick. So we went and got some lunch and we've been driving it around, but it says to leave it running to check the transmission fluid, but I don't know how you do that with the mass airflow sensor unplugged. So we're gonna leave it running and attempt to get to the dipstick without unplugging it. If I could pop that out, then it could go that way and we could get it up a little farther maybe. I don't know. Or maybe we could turn it off, get this bottom part removed, and then plug it back in. I think we're going to do that. We're going to shut her down. Alright guys, so we disconnected the mass airflow sensor and I popped this out and then we slid this up. I took the two 10mm bolts out of here. We're gonna try to get this out of there. Okay. Now, oh god, it's way down here. Okay, so we gotta take that 10mm bolt out. Can you see it on the camera? Oh, shit. Oh, I lost the socket. Damn it! We're gonna find that later. But down at the very bottom there, that is the dipstick. So I'm gonna loosen this 10mm. Okay guys, so what we did was disconnected the mass airflow sensor plug to give us enough room to raise this way up, and then we popped the air box out and then took out the 10mm bolt right there, and then you can actually pull the dipstick out, but it's supposed to be running. We're going to double check that, but I believe it's supposed to be running while you check it. So we are going to plug the mass airflow sensor back in wherever it is, so that we can run it while we're checking it. Yes, I did double check, and you do have to have it running, so everything we did there is correct. Go ahead and fire it up. So if you were to try to start it with this unplugged, it probably wouldn't run very well. So, oh, you got one. So now, way down in there is the dippy stick. So, I pulled the 10mm bolts. Watch the fan so you don't chop your fingers off. Okay, so there it is. And I know we said it before, but you do need to warm it up. Go through all the gears. We put it in manual mode and drove it for a while. Went and got some lunch, came back. Okay, let's push it all the way down. Pull it back out. And that's our reading. Degrees C. So I guess at 122 Fahrenheit it should be at this one. 50 degrees C it should be at that one. So what is 50 C? Why do they give you two different units of measurement, two different points? Check it again. Click it all the way down and up. So it does look like it's all the way up to here. So I'd say it's full. 122 degrees, I have no idea if it's right there, but we are full, so I'm gonna call that good. We don't have the correct oil anyway, even if it was low, but at least we've checked it and we're good now. So I'm gonna put this bolt back in. We can shut it down. He's gonna hold that for me while I try to get back in place. There we go. And there's 1, 2, 3. I guess that's that down here. And then 2 bolts here. You can see that. Fortunately, I lost my socket that goes on the drill, so got to do this manually. Well, so this guy snaps back into right there. Click. And then that guy snaps in there. And then, let me zoom in. That guy goes in there. And there's another one on that side. Did you get that one?
There it goes.
Okay, he's got that side in. And then you got a clicky there and a clicky there. So, and then just when you're done, just make sure it doesn't pull up. Okay, so that should be all back together. So that's checked. So I think we're done, guys. It's good on the fluid. We checked the oil. We checked the automatic transmission fluid. We have checked the brake fluid. That I showed you. That's pretty cool. We lost my 10mm socket, and then I went in there with a magnet and also lost the telescopic magnet. So I've undone a bolt that holds that plastic shield on there, but I can like flex it, but I can't quite see it. So I'm gonna slightly jack it up, and it won't crush me. I can get under there enough, but not quite enough. Okay, there was a bolt here, and now I'm working on the third one. I'm thinking maybe with this guy out, we can get, oh, I can see it. See my telescopic thing? Right there, that's the end of the magnet. There it is, and I don't know where the actual socket is. Hopefully stuck to the other side of that, maybe. Okay, I had it on my hand. I was able to get the handle, and then the socket, you can see it right there. You see? It's stuck to the end of the magnet, so I'm going to try to knock that off. Oh! Dang it. Okay. Right there. And the guy from the damn Better Business Bureau is calling me again. They won't leave you alone until you pay them money. Okay. Oh, all right. Brian, can you grab that? Oh. See the socket stuck to the magnet? You might be able to pull all of it out. Pull the magnet and everything out if you can. If you can pull the magnet out from there, I'll just bolt this back together right now. Okay, cool. Sweet. We got it back. All right, now I gotta put 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts back together to hold this damn cover thing in. Okay. All right, guys. This is the end of the video. For real this time. All right. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Take care.